Lingportal Online School presents
Direct and Indirect Objects. Today, we're going to learn about direct and indirect objects. They are an important part of English grammar that will help you make your sentences more precise and natural. Let's dive into it step by step. What are objects in a sentence? An object in a sentence is the part that receives the action of the verb. Think of it like this. The subject performs the action. The object receives the action. For example, I eat pizza. I is the subject. Eat is the verb, the action. Pizza is the object because it receives the action of eating. Simple, right? Now, let's go a little deeper now. Direct objects. A direct object answers the question, what or whom, about the verb. It tells us directly what is affected by the action. Here are some examples. She writes a letter. What does she write? A letter, which is the direct object. He loves his dog. Whom does he love? His dog, direct object. Key point. The direct object is the main thing or person affected by the action. Indirect objects. An indirect object answers the question to whom, for whom, to what, or for what. It tells us who benefits from or receives the direct object. Let's look at some examples. He gave me a gift. To whom did he give a gift? Me, indirect object. By the way, can you identify a direct object? What did he give? A gift, direct object. She sent her friend a message. To whom did she send the message? Her friend, indirect object. And now let's find a direct object. What did she send? A message, direct object. How to identify indirect objects. 1. Find the direct object first. 2. Ask to whom or for whom. Word order. 2 ways to use direct and indirect objects. When you have both objects in a sentence, there are 2 possible structures. A. Indirect object before direct object, without to or for. Subject plus verb plus indirect object plus direct object. Here are examples. I gave her a book. We made him a cake. B. Direct object before indirect object, using to or for. Subject plus verb plus direct object plus to or for plus indirect object. I gave a book to her. We made a cake for him. Please note, both types of word orders are correct. However, the first structure, indirect object before direct object, is more common in everyday English, especially when the indirect object is a short form, such as a pronoun. Examples from real life. Let's make this topic simpler by thinking about everyday situations. Do you remember that we should find a direct object first? Your mum gives you advice. What does she give? Advice, direct object. To whom does she give advice? You. Indirect object. I bought my friend a cup of coffee. What did I buy? A cup of coffee. Direct object. For whom did I buy a cup of coffee? My friend. Indirect object. The teacher showed a video to the students. What did the teacher show? A video. Direct object. To whom did the teacher show the video? The students. Indirect object. Common mistakes to avoid. 1. Forgetting the preposition. When you put the indirect object after the direct object, don't forget to use to or for. He gave a gift to her. Correct. 2. Mixing up direct and indirect objects. Always ask the right questions. Direct object, what or whom? Indirect object, to whom or for whom? Practice time. Let's practice together. I'll say a sentence and you'll tell me the direct and indirect objects. She gave her brother a present. What did she give? Direct object is a present. To whom did she give it? Indirect object is her brother. I sent my teacher an email. What did I send? Direct object is an email. To whom did I send it? Indirect object is my teacher. He bought flowers for his girlfriend. What did he buy? Direct object is flowers. For whom did he buy them? Indirect object is his girlfriend. Your turn now. Create your own sentences with direct and indirect objects and share them in the comments below. Final tip: keep practicing. Direct and indirect objects are everywhere in English. When you watch a film, listen to a conversation, or read a book, pay attention to how they are used. With practice, it will become second nature. Keep exploring, and may English open doors to new opportunities for you.